with the left hand. Let's just take a moment and do a couple drills. So can you do this reel, this front to back figure eight at chest height? This is with the left hand. Great. And then you can do it up over the head, right? Okay. And then can you do it back by the waist with the palm back the whole time? And then I assume you can do it with the right hand, front to back here, and then front to back up top over the crown, and then front to back here at the waist. Okay, great. Now let's do underhand. So chest high here, front to back, and then at the head, and then at the waist. Chest here, head here, and then waist here. Okay, now we can play. These are the basics. Okay, so if you start an overhand butterfly, um, let's start with your right hand going up and over, up and over. Yeah, so you can come up and down. Good. And then you can go out and in at the chest. Okay, so then out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. Out and in, now up and down. Yes, now out and in. Yes, and out. Yeah, 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 exactly. Okay, now this is great if you want to do like one count per beat, right, for dancing. I'm giving you this because this is amazing dance stuff. So, right hand out. I mean, oh, sorry, left hand. It's your left hand, my right hand. And then let's go up. Oh, I'm doing your mirror image. Ah, do better than me. Oh, no, 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 no. It still happens after decades. Absolutely. Okay, so then, great. So then out, in, up, down with your left. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. And then when you're going up, noticing, so I just did a video on this like 2 weeks ago about the difference between doing a reel at your shoulder versus over your crown. And you're doing it more like a shoulder reel where it's in this pocket between your earlobe and your shoulder versus over the peak of your head. And the difference visually is when you do this, it's like a Venn diagram. When you do this, it's like a single circle. So I don't care what you do. I just want to make sure that you have the skill to go up over the crown. If I were going to be super subtle, I would say you could focus on you have a slight, if you look from the side, you have a slight curling of the hand here, of the elbows here to protect your face. You could work on opening it up more to the side. So it's the difference between this and this. Do you see the openness? Okay. It's subtle. It's super subtle. It's super subtle. Then we could do alternate outs, right? So you can go right out and in, left out and in, right up and down, left up and down. Yes. Okay, so then you could do something like, that's 8 counts, right? Okay, so then if that's 8 counts, right, you could go back and then up. Or you could do like a back, in, up, down, and then come forward. Like any version of those you want, but they're really conducive to being able to move back and forth on the dance floor. You can even go like side to side if you grapevine. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So easy to add footwork. One of the reasons I mention it because clearly like the dancing moves with the butterfly turnaround, which I don't know if you have. Do you have this guy yet? So a couple of distinctions I want to give you. When you do your underhand butterfly, which hand do you have on top, left or right? Okay, so that means when you're turning, you want to make sure that your left hand goes on top. As you were turning last time, you aimed and had your left hand go on bottom, and I think that's why you were clinking, because you want to aim higher than the other hand. Or you want to learn it so you can do the left on bottom. Either way. You're occasionally slipping out of same time, so focus on the bottom of the turn being in the same beat so that it remains at the same time as you go around. Drill, I would recommend slowing it down and doing it like this starting out with 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Because what's happening right now is you're doing this super cool thing that is having you do the turn real fast, but you're not then you're waiting here as opposed to having a smooth, like ultimately the goal might be one, 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 one. And let's try the left turn to balance it out. So we're here in overhand. Take your left one out and then turn to underhand on the back, facing your house. And then take your left one out again and then turn to overhand facing me. Talking about practicing doing this where you put it on top or underneath, on top or underneath, but then doing it this way also so that you can do it either way and you don't get messed up the way you are. But then I just put out a video this morning talking about the fact that most people don't actually balance out their practice because we have a limited amount of time. So uh, both are things to consider. How much do you want to spend your time on it? And here's how to fix the problem so that you don't have to worry about which hand's on top. I call them a butterfly takeout because I name my stuff based on how it, like what I think you're doing mechanically, not what you're doing visually. So to me, you're taking it out of the butterfly for a beat and then bring it back in. You take it out and bring it back in. You take it out and bring it back in. So you go take it up and down, take it up and down, take it out and in, take it out and in. That's that's just my. It might be more memorable if I give you my psychology behind why I name it as I do.